Jacksonville rapper who made numerous headlines over the last couple years was shot and killed overnight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Phillips. We're talking about Charles Jones, also known as Julio Foolio. Tampa police say 4 people were shot and one of those died at a Holiday Inn parking lot. Foolio's attorney confirmed it was him and he was celebrating his 26th birthday. On your side, Zach Wilcox joins us live now. And Zach, Foolio had a large following here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Riley, millions of views on dozens of different videos on YouTube, 45 million views on one video in particular, and he was also a frequent face on our newscast due to his connection with the violence that we've seen over the past couple of years in Jacksonville. So I talked with our First Coast News crime and safety expert about what Foolio's death means for crime in Jacksonville moving forward.
That's how, once you get in that culture and that lifestyle, kind of difficult to get out.
Foolio started gaining attention in 2019 when his brother, another Jacksonville rapper who went by Bibby, was killed at an apartment complex in Moncrief. In July 2020, the rapper was shot in Houston, famously posting during his recovery stating, "Y'all miss 100 shots." In November 2021, Foolio was shot in Riverside while getting out of a car.
So he started gaining notoriety. He started getting more hits on social media.
Then in April 2022, he was arrested for illegally tinted windows and fleeing police during a traffic stop. In October 2023, he was shot in the foot on 18th Street in Jacksonville. Police said it appeared suspects were waiting for him and ambushed.
And there was no off-ramp for him at this point. Some of the things he said and had done had been memorialized over and over and over again. And in some way, he was held in high esteem, but he was also creating himself to be a big target, too.
It all culminated this weekend when Foolio was shot and killed during a birthday celebration in Tampa. The rapper's attorney said he stayed in an Airbnb, but was asked to leave when his party went over the occupancy limit. Tampa police report they were called to a Holiday Inn just before 5 in the morning, where they found 2 cars riddled with bullet holes and 4 victims. 3 were still alive and were taken to the hospital. The other was Foolio.
Everybody's worried about retaliation or retribution. They always are. So unless you're looking at a ton of time in prison, that's when sometimes you get people talking and you get somebody who's trying to mitigate their situation and says, I can give you this.
First Coast News crime and safety expert Mark Bachman says JSO will play a role in that investigation despite the shooting happening in Tampa. Bachman says authorities will be on the lookout for another domino to fall following Foolio's death.
Total disrespect for one another, and then that disrespect fuels that anger, and then you have a blatant disregard for life at that point.
Tampa police said this morning that they're working to figure out how this all happened, what started before the shooting, and they didn't release any suspect information at this point. In downtown Jacksonville, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.
Added 24 on scene, working down our 46 hospital 10-4.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox 9, Gina Francine. As we continue with your Monday morning headlines, we are following breaking news this Monday morning coming out of Tampa, Florida. Tampa police looking for whoever's responsible for a shooting that left a Florida rapper dead. It happened early Sunday morning outside a hotel. Charles Jones was among the 4 people shot. Fans knew him as Julio Foolio. Fox 13 Tampa's Kelly Cowan is live from the Tampa Police Department this morning with more on this developing story. Kelly, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. And there is concern that this could lead to even more violence, more shootings in Jacksonville. That's because that is where this rapper was from, and he did have a long-standing history of posting provocative videos and songs, creating songs where it glorified not only violence, but specifically violence against fellow rappers and other groups in Jacksonville. Jones, known for making diss tracks and music videos joking about the murders of rivals, and even shooting one music video in a graveyard and mocking another rapper who was shot and killed on his birthday. Now, several local stations in Jacksonville are reporting that Jones was shot twice in the last 3 years. He survived those, and now his murder could fuel even more violence.
This is the downside of that kind of nature that goes around, that gets associated with the music industry and the rappers that do this kind of thing. It's not jokes. This is not, in so many cases, just for video show. This is fiction becoming fact-based in real life.
Now, Jones has made several posts over the last week about celebrating his birthday here in Tampa. On his Instagram page, he offered to send the location of a pool party to his followers. According to his posts on Saturday, that party later shut down by police, but he'd also posted plans about another party happening at an adult entertainment club that night, not far from the hotel, where he was later found shot and killed during what his attorney has called an ambush. Tampa police say around 4:40 in the morning, shots were fired outside of a hotel near USF, the University of South Florida. 4 people, including Jones, were shot, 3 taken to a nearby hospital at what we were told at the time were non-life-threatening injuries, but Jones was pronounced dead at the scene. So far, no suspects have been named in this, and Tampa police are asking for more information from anyone that has it about this shooting.
Kelly Cowan there with Fox 13 Tampa. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us bright and early here on Live Now from Fox for this breaking news situation. We will continue to follow this. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
5 is your time right now. Turning our attention to this story in Tampa, where police are still looking for the person who shot and killed a rapper and hurt 3 others outside of a hotel there. 3 others were injured in that shooting, as we said, but 26-year-old Charles Jones, who was also known as Julio Foolio, was reportedly there to celebrate his birthday. I think he was turning, 26 or 27. Police are still trying to figure out a motive for the shooting, but in some of his songs, he made jokes about the murders of people in other groups as well as rappers.
I heard probably 2 series of shots, maybe like 5 shots each. And then probably like 5 minutes later, just heard some voices.
At that hotel, because according to social media posts, his pool party at an Airbnb was shut down by police. He alerted people, listen, I'm moving my party to this other hotel, so people knew where he was going, and the people who ambushed him allegedly came there to do that. 3 other victims are being treated.
Right now, police looking for the people who killed rapper Julio Foolio in a weekend shooting in Tampa.
3 others were injured in that shooting. We are told they are all in stable condition. 8 on your side's Chloe Sparks is live where this happened along Fowler Avenue, not too far from USF. What's the latest this morning, Chloe?
A suspect has still not been identified, but a Jacksonville crime analyst believes that the shooter at large could be from a rival group in Jacksonville, where Julio Foolio is from. While fans and loved ones mourn the loss of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio, Tampa police are working to bring his murderer to justice.
There are cameras here, and our officers are working to view all of the cameras and talk with people, who might have seen anything or heard anything.
3 other people were victims of this shooting in a Tampa hotel parking lot. The other victims are believed to be in a stable condition.
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
After getting kicked out of an Airbnb where Julio Foolio was celebrating his 26th birthday, according to his social media. A Jacksonville crime analyst believes those posts might have played a big role in Foolio's death.
Doing this for so long, I would tend to think this is more of a Jacksonville-based regional kind of beef between 2 groups. Maybe took advantage of a foolish posting that was out there saying where he was, and that's the downside of that.
According to a Jacksonville report, Foolio was shot at least twice in the last few years before he was shot and killed here in the parking lot.
The most recent incident was in October when he was shot in the foot. And in 2021, Foolio was grazed by a bullet in a drive-by shooting in Jacksonville.
So his murder comes, and somebody from a rival group is now going to get out there and need to be retaliated against in their eyes for his murder, and then that just keeps going.
Foolio's lawyer telling a Jacksonville reporter his client was basically ambushed.
And we've reached out to Tampa police officials, and we're waiting to hear back this morning if there are any new leads on a suspect. We'll be sure to report any updates we find out here on the CW Tampa Bay, as well as later on News Channel 8. Reporting live in Tampa, Chloe Sparks, 8 on your side.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back. Another episode of Greenlit Gang TV. Hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Thanks for checking out the channel. We got to jump right into this, man. Julio Foolio, North Jacksonville rapper, KTA gang member, shot and killed yesterday in the early mornings at a Holiday Inn. Julio Foolio, died around 4:40 a.m. was when a 911 call was made. He belongs to the gang KTA, or Kill Them All. And, one of his biggest rivals, Youngin Ace, belongs to ATK, Ace's Top Killers. Now, if you followed this story at all, Youngin Ace, about 4 hours, not even after Julio Foolio's death, dropped a song called Do It. And it was like number 3 or 4 on trending, had 500,000 views in a short amount of time. And this is how these Jacksonville guys get down, man. They stunt on their ops. They celebrate their ops' deaths. They make fun of them. There's no holding back. I will say that there is absolutely no holding back, and they get rich off of it. A lot of these guys, it's like this drill rap, right? Which kind of you saw come up with the Chief Keef eras in the early 2010s. Smoking on the whatever pack. It's all the same thing. And Julio Foolio and Youngin Ace are really prime examples of this. There's that famous rap video of Youngin Ace where they're at the golf course. And basically, it's a ode, it's a murder anthem, but they make it interesting. They make it very visually appeasing. They're out there in, polo shirts and golf clubs and smoking cigars, but they're just talking about killing people and making fun of the people that have died. And, Julio Foolio and Youngin Ace have gone back and forth for a long time. Julio Foolio has been shot multiple times, had people shoot other people multiple times. Youngin Ace has been involved in a lot. And I'm not talking about Youngin Ace in the sense that he did it or had anybody do it, but you can't really get one without the other. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about their gang beefs yet. I haven't made that video. I got to get more information because there's a very long history. I will do a video on that. We're just going to be talking quickly about Julio Foolio's death. Shot and killed at a Holiday Inn across from USF, or University of South Florida. That's a pretty big school. They got a really good football team, pretty good basketball team. It's located in Tampa, Florida. So he's celebrating his birthday. His birthday's on June 21st. He was born June 21st, 1998. Guy was young, man. Guy was really young, 26 years old. His attorney, Louis Fusco, confirmed Sunday that his client, Charles Andrew Jones II, a.k.a. Julio Foolio, was murdered. And you see the picture I put up there. It looks like the Tahoe or the Suburban just riddled with bullets. 911 call went out at 4:40 a.m. There was a shooting at the 11606 block of McKinley Drive. And pretty much right away, it was kind of making its rounds on social media. Then the news kind of confirms this. Now, interestingly enough, he was at an Airbnb, okay? And what ends up happening is too many people are coming. There's all these people coming in and out, The owners of the Airbnb basically go, hey, you got to leave. All right. And Foolio, in his Instagram story, says the rapper said the police shut the pool party down and kicked him out of the Airbnb. And then this is where they say he made a fatal mistake. They start posting, him and his crew start posting on social media, advertising the location of the event and what they're going to do. And this is what they talk about, guys, with a lot of these rappers. It gives your ops, your would-be killers, like a map of, hey, this is where I'm at. Come find me. You saw this with PNB Rock. I think he posted where he was at, I want to say. In LA, he's at that Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, I believe is where he was at, or he's at a Waffles House. I'm not sure. Gets murdered for his chain. It's just crazy, man. It just takes one little piece of information on social media, one little address, one little something. I want to say Pop Smoke, when he was murdered a few years ago, had something like that too. In a picture that he took at his new place, they were able to get the address, or there was something on a package. And man, you got to watch how you move, especially if you're famous in your city. And another thing too, a lot of these rappers, man, you know, a lot of them really are in the streets. Some of them are faking. But nowadays, you saw it with King Von, right? Now, he got killed in a different situation. But these guys, like Julio Foolio, Young Ace, these guys put in work, man. These guys have shot, had people shot. Their gang is active in the street. And they're controversial for that reason. But it all comes back to they're going to make money for that reason. So his lawyer says Julio Foolio gets a hotel room at the Holiday Inn. From there, he's basically ambushed in the parking lot. The victim in this morning's shooting is believed to be Charles Jones. Tampa Police Public Information Officer, Joni Lewis wrote in a press conference, quote, positive identification is pending. Confirmation from the medical examiner's office. No arrests have been made at this time. According to Tampa Police, 3 other people were injured and were being treated at the hospital. Their condition was listed as stable, so spraying bullets. Dozens of people have turned to social media to talk about the rapper's death, including a woman who claimed to be his girlfriend. Julio Foolio was known for his popular drill rap videos with controversial lyrics about murders involving rivals in Jacksonville. In the last 3 years, Jones has been shot twice in Jacksonville, his lawyer says. This is more of the information. 2 cars were shot at and 4 people were injured. Charles Jones, and then one of those, Foolio, was found dead at the scene. Okay? So remember that, though. In the last 3 years, shot twice in Jacksonville. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you got to think about all the other close calls, right? I guarantee you there's other things that have happened that we don't know about, right? Because these guys got to upkeep an image, right? These guys have got to pretend that They got to move smart, but they can't show that they're scared, right? You can't show that, because the smart thing is, I don't know if you guys ever seen the famous Boozy interview where talks about rappers get killed in their own city because they're hypnotized with hatred. That's what he says. He talks in a Vlad TV interview how they're hypnotized with hatred. People in your own city are more likely to kill you. Look at XXXTentacion. Look at Pop Smoke. No, Pop Smoke was killed in LA. And that's another part, right? These guys think that yes, leaving your city matters. I would say if any successful rapper, you got to go. NBA Youngboy, he left. Chief Keef is a prime example. He just did a show in Chicago for the first time in like 12 years. He left. He went to California, never came back. You want to live. Look at FBG Duck, man, out of Chicago. He was in a nice area of Chicago in a nice shopping district. Murdered. You know, you got to protect yourself every day and not get killed. These guys just got to spray bullets and get lucky one time. It's crazy. He was shot twice in the past 3 years. He was known for controversial lyrics, murders and gangs in Jacksonville. This includes tracks aimed at rival Young Ace. And then there was a local anti-violence advocate that said the shooting is a sign of a larger issue. A.J. Jordan from Mad Dad said the organization will use this time to educate children on the dangers of gangs. Quote, with gangs, there's drugs, prostitution, illegal money, and more. Good things never come out of it. We don't want any more people to lose their lives. And you know what? I agree with him. But it's hard to tell somebody like a Foolio, like a Young Ace. These guys are making money. That song Young Ace just dropped. I haven't checked the views today. You know what? I'm gonna check it right now. Let's see what it's at live as I'm recording this. Let's see what he's almost a million views. That's insane, man. That is insane. On a song basically that he dropped the day that his main op gets died. Though a little bit about, and like I said, I'm going to make another video about the Jacksonville gang war, but a little bit about Foolio's gang ties and history. He's had some history of troubles in the past. He was arrested April 8th, 2023, and charged with felony fleeing following a traffic stop on Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway in Jacksonville. He was released on a $10,000 bond. He also made headlines going back to November of 2021 after being grazed by a shooter's bullet in Jacksonville's Riverside area, where he said he was at a recording studio. Foolio later took to Instagram to taunt his assailant, saying, "Y'all miss a whole 100 shots, literally." Oh, 100 shot. I know another one. Young Dolph. Young Dolph's one of my favorite rappers. Killed in his city. And he also had a song, I don't know if y'all remember Young Dolph's song, 100 Shots. He taunts those that shot his bus up. Young Dolph was another one. They tried to get him. They finally got him, man. Julio Foolio belongs to Jacksonville gang KTA, which has been embroiled with a long-running feud with gang ATK, which counts prominent Jacksonville rapper Young Nace, real name Kenyatta Bullard, as its most visible member. Drillin' and Killin', right, was the quote or a title of another article that I read about. Jacksonville's deadly gang beef takes disturbing twist. Man. Young Nace has been shot at. He was the target of a retaliatory shooting. The target in a retaliatory shooting for the death of Julio Foolio's cousin Zion Brown in June of 2018. So this goes back 6, 7, 8 years when he and 3 other teens went to a town center restaurant to celebrate the rapper's brother's birthday. Bullard survived after being shot 8 times. The 3 others, including his brother, Trayvon Bullard, 18, died. The 2 other men were Royale Devon Smith Jr., 18, and Jacoby Dashad Groover, 19. So, you see the anger. So Young Nace has been through his own trials and tribulations 8 times, man. Following the shooting, all those people get shot in the car. Young Nace's brother is murdered. Julio Foolio made several posts on social media glorifying the killings. He even created a t-shirt airbrushed with the photo of Royale Devon Smith Jr., aka 23, that said, "Rest in Piss 23. He posted a photo of the t-shirt on his Instagram page saying, quote, "I'm getting a new t-shirt made for my show." So, man, you read this stuff and it's like, you feel bad for everybody involved. But I had to make this video because it's like, dude, the gang violence is no joke. I'm going to make another video more in depth on the Jacksonville gang wars. It's very interesting. But there you guys have it. Quick video. Got to keep bringing you guys the content. I love the support. I love interacting. Comment down below. Whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll talk about whatever the hell y'all want. Much love. Appreciate it. Have a good day.